And then if you are receiving the advice for level 92 and you're at level 3, that's brain porn. If you go for advice how money loves speed, for example, money doesn't give a fuck about speed at level 1 to 40 or 41 to 90. Money loves speed here. But you know who's here? Warren Buffett and Ray Dalio and George Soros and Donald Trump. They're here. And money loves, adores speed here. But money doesn't give a fuck about speed here. If we are here, money loves something else, and then money loves something differently here, and then money loves something else here. So we're going to break this down in today's video, and I'm going to explain you what to focus on depending on where you are at your journey, and then how to actually receive advice on social media, because advice on social media is not toxic, it's not bad. It's not that someone is not putting the love and attention into what they're putting in front of you. The problem is most of the people on social media are designing their content for retention. They have to have that in mind. They have to have in mind how they are presenting. That's why it's a lot better to join a program and a course where people are just about, hey, I'm going to educate you on this and I'm going to show you how this is done. I'm not going to worry about how the algorithm is going to pick this up and if someone is going to watch or not. So there are no retention tactics and hacks. In all of the social media content there are, but the advice is not bad. The problem is that you are receiving advice for level 85 at level 17, or at level 17 you're going for level 95, or at level 80 you're getting level 3. And that's where the conflict starts, and that's where the problem begins and ends, sadly, for most people. If you're learning how to invest $5 million and you are here making $8 an hour, then you're missing the mark. And so we're going to explain what are the most important stuff here and here and here, and then you'll have the breakdown of exactly what it is, and then know to exactly where to focus on and what is the priority for you depending on which stage you are at. So for the stage 1 to 40, this is, I'm calling these levels, level 1 to level 40. Here we talk about skills. This is like, you have to start with this one. I was starting with connections, which come in this level at my journey, and I was suffering miserably. I was being told my entire life that having great connections is the way to go around life, and that's the way to go around securing your finances and your financial future and that kind of, all that kind of great stuff. But if you don't have a skill to offer to that connection, then you're losing a mark. Like friend, you can be their great buddy for drinking and for chasing girls, but you won't be doing business together because there is nothing you're bringing to the table. So mastering a high value skill, this is where this part of the journey is not about priorities. This part of the journey is not about routines. This is not about having a pink Himalayan salt in the morning and looking at the sun. This part of the journey is brute force. This part of the journey is how am I going to be able to have as much energy as possible to learn as much as possible throughout the day. And then capture those ideas in notebooks like this. Use pen and paper if you can, of course, and learn a high value skill. Master video editing, master copywriting, master media buying, master content creation, master video, being in front of camera, master content. So in that way, you are then having a skill that you can bring to the table. Then that skill delivers value to others. But here's the thing, this part is crucial, but this part is not about what we feel is valuable. We tend to attach this to how much time and energy it requires us to give something to people. But to put it into perspective, and it's a really exaggerated example, but if you have an information that from a British president that the pound is going down, and then you can short the pound, and that information is worth probably $50 billion. And if you have a knowledge of how to cut grass, and it takes you the entire day in scorching sun to cut someone's grass, and then it takes you one phone call for this. That's what I'm thinking. So value is in the eye of the beholder. It's not you cannot watch it from your perspective and be like, hey, do you know how much time does it require me? They don't give a crap. You're reaching to an influential person, and then you're like, hey, I wrote you a sales page or a VSL, a script for a VSL. It's going to take you a month to do that properly. But if that doesn't work, they don't care. So that's the thing that we need. Then you need to focus on proof of your ability to provide value. Proof for value. We're gonna abbreviate it. So this is where you either, one of the ways to do this is to work for free for others. This is how you prove them that you can provide value. Or the other way is social media. You go out there and you start giving advice on how to do cold emails, or how to write sales pages, or how to write Facebook ads, or how to run Facebook ads, or what are the results you're getting. So you need some form of proof. At the very beginning, you're either going to go to and work for free for people who want your service but are not sure if they can trust you or not. You're going to be paid on results. You're going to be charging at the end of the month. Those are all the ways to assume all the risk, because right now you are not, quote unquote, the name in the marketplace and you cannot command prices. Or you go on social, whether it's blogs, whether it's Twitter, or it's like X, whatever, Instagram or YouTube, and then you make content around your skill. And that content becomes a proof that you know what you're talking about, that you can help other people, and then people from that content are going to take action and contact you and ask you for a service. This is mainly, this part of the journey is mainly done for you, or it can go to done with you. Then in this part of the journey, again, it's about brute force. There is no need here to be like go for like the productivity guru and buy a productivity course and then learn what are the priorities and what is the biggest needle mover for you and this and that and the other. That's here. That's mainly here. Here you need energy. You need energy. Energy is like the prerequisite for all success. Like if you bring success down back to the first principles, you're going to come to energy. So here you need energy, meaning you have sleep, you have exercise, you have food. Then if you have energy, you can brute force and put as much time as possible into mastering that skill. In this stage of the journey, what is great about this stage of the journey is that failing in this stage of the journey is cheap. You can fail fast, you can fail forward, you can learn a lot from your failures and just move. You need to earn your failure bricks. you need your failure badges. You won't be able to go from $2,000 a month to let's say $20,000 a month without failing fast and failing forward. That's what this part of the journey is for. And then because in this part of the journey, when you're failing here, you're usually young. You don't have, usually, I'm not saying always, I wasn't at that place. I had a family when I was at this part of the journey. But you're usually young. You don't have anyone to worry about. No one is waiting for you to put a bread on the table. You know, there is no kids, usually no wife. You don't have. You're probably living with the parents. You don't have expenses. You don't have bills. You don't have all that kind of stuff. So whenever you fail, there is no second, third, and fourth order consequence. You are not endangering anyone because you're failing. And then last thing here is removal. Here, you need to focus on removal. So you pick a skill, you start reading books, you join programs, you read courses, but here, in order to have this energy, when I say removal, I'm talking about things that you need to get out of your life. So here you have 4 hours a day of social media that need to go out. Then you have a lot of sugars, a lot of bread, a lot of pasta, and it's causing this energy to go down, and it goes like this, and then energy goes down, and then you cannot brute force any of these because you're going to be lethargic. You're not going to feel it. This is where discipline comes handy. although I'm not really a big proponent of discipline, I love to think about myself how disciplined I am. But this is where discipline turns into pleasure. This is where you go for removal. So removal is big part. When you remove all the bad shit, you there is no such thing as dopamine detox. You cannot detox dopamine. You can just refresh the receptors. The receptors get so small because of the intensity of the stimulus you're giving to the receptors. And then when you remove all that, the stimulus goes back at normal, and then receptors grow higher because in order to feel again and to get those dopamine hits, they need to grow larger and to go or actually not grow larger, but just go to its original form that they are designed to be. So when you go for a removal, until you remove all the bad shit from your life, like alcohol, like weed, like sugar, like porn, like social media scrolling, video games, gambling, all that kind of shit. When you remove that, you grow your receptors back to the normal size. And when you go to the normal size of the receptors, all this goes from, not sure if you can see it here, but it goes from discipline to pleasure. You cannot be disciplined all the time. You cannot, because we are assuming that discipline means going against yourself. I'm so disciplined, meaning I'm forcing myself to do something. It's not like that. Late Kobe Bryant was talking in one of his mesmerizing appearances on talk shows, and he was saying how I'm repeating that all the time. He said, I love the smell of the gym, and I love the sound of the basketball hitting the floor. So he's arguably one of the most disciplined people on the planet, but he actually loved it. He loved it. It wasn't like I'm going against myself, I'm torturing myself. No, it was pleasure. So when you remove shit, that's when you turn discipline to pleasure, and that's where this journey becomes a breeze. That's when you're going from like 2K to 10,000, then you're commanding your prices, you're getting clients left and right, and life is just pure enjoyment. Then when you go to the 41 to 90, that's where I'm at. That's my grandiose $1 million a month business plan. Here you need to focus on asynchronous value. So you need to find out how to provide value asynchronously. This video is asynchronous value providing, because you create one video and then you can 10,000 people, 20,000 people, or 200,000 or 50 million people can watch that video. This is where you either need a team to fulfill all the promises that you're giving to your clients and customers, or you need courses. And this part of the journey is about systems, it's about team. And here, unlike this one where you want to fail and you want to fail fast and you want to fail forward and you want to fail as often as possible, because trust me, all the success castles are built by failure bricks. You need your failure bricks. For every failure you get a brick. You lay down, then you lay down, and you lay down. You're doing 4 bricks. I have a foundation I can step on. I need 2 more, and then I need 4 more. So I need 6 more in order for another step, another staircase. And that's how you go to your success. So here is that. At this part of the journey, it's not about you failing fast and failing forward. It's about the team. So encourage team to fail. This is kind of hard for business owner or entrepreneur, or like whatever we want to call these people, myself included, to grasp. But if you put boundaries on your team where they are they're in crazy amount of fear not to fail, because you're gonna let them go, because you're gonna find someone else to do their job because of this, that, and the other, then you're preventing their unique genius to manifest. You're suffocating that human potential that we all have. And if you suffocate that, then you're gonna be having below average team that you're going to have to micromanage and do basically everything for them. If you encourage failure, but you need You need them to be creative. You need them to take responsibility. You don't be like, hey, go waste $50,000. No, that's not it. This is for your copywriter. Hey, write me something that's completely different from the entire industry. Something that never worked in our space. Something that you borrowed from healthcare. Then you go to your designer and you're like, hey, listen, let's design this unlike anything else, unlike any other website in online space. Let's use colors that you always wanted to use. Let this be, if you know that there is, I believe it was Tuesday at Google where all of the developers can do whatever they want. So on Tuesday you go to work and then you do whatever you want, whatever you feel like. And I think like Google Earth and then Google Meet and then like 8 out of 20 best Google products were born on Tuesdays. So that's how you encourage your team. You let them know, like, hey, I don't have anything against failing. I want to know that we didn't like find some random dude on the street and let him run our marketing department and spend like $300,000 in this month on ads that didn't work. But I want a good media buyer and I want him to experiment. And this here, it's not anymore about brute force. It's about priorities. So in this stage of the journey, you need priorities. You need if you are a creative person and you are like for example myself, I'm focused on creating all of the courses and all of the programs because in the last 11 years I have like 12 notebooks like this, or like 4,000 pages, and I have like around, when I eyeballed it in my Google Drive folders, around 2 million words. 2 million words, to put it into perspective, is around 25 books of every single book being 300 pages long. So it's a lot. And then my unique zone of genius is I'm going to go there and sit behind the camera, create a video like this for you, and then create a course for you that you can go in there and consume and learn a lot, like learn a premium level of knowledge that you cannot access anywhere. That's me. But if I start focusing on the systems and on the team and on being on call the entire day and talking to people, I'm not going to be able to do that. So my priorities need to be set in stone. And then I need to find someone who's better than me at talking to the team and at helping them be the best way they can, at giving them prizes and bonuses and paying them according to the value that they're providing and all that stuff. So this stage of the journey is asynchronous value. Here's value. You provide value. You direct you, and you can do it one-on-one. You can be a copywriter, video editor. You can do a service for people, and it's easiest to sell at this part of the journey. This one is about asynchronous value. This is about proving yourself that you're valuable. Here you already know you're building stuff and people are like, yeah, I know what he can do. I've seen his videos. I know what he talks about. I know his knowledge. He's been there for 11 years. He didn't start yesterday. He has a beard this long. You know, I have, for example, 3 kids. So when I'm talking about growing men with beautiful hearts, that's the part that I'm experiencing right now, that I went through with my father, and then I'm teaching my kids. So you are at this stage. At this stage, you need proof. Then it's done for you and done with you. Here, it's much more do it yourself. Here, it's about brute force. Here is about managing your energy, removing bad shit, and using that newfound energy to brute force at the beginning so you can turn discipline to pleasure. If you follow that formula, I can tell you, you're gonna go past this. I'm laughing because I'm thinking about time warp. You're gonna go past 1 to 40 like 20 times faster than I did. And then here you go for systems, you go for team, and then you go, instead of failing you yourself, you encourage your team to fail. You ask them at the end of the week, what have we failed at this week? If we didn't fail at anything, it's a beautiful question. What have we failed at this week? If we didn't fail at anything, meaning we didn't experiment enough, you know? And then this part of the journey is really for me yet to embark on. Who knows, maybe I'll never go there, but here you're using money as value. meaning you are using your money to work for you. You're building a lot of assets. You're manipulating money. You're manipulating taxes. You're manipulating credit. You're manipulating loans. You're manipulating debt, and then you're buying assets. Those assets are providing much more money for you than the money sitting in the bank account. Here, it's information. Info is gold. Information is gold in this stage of a journey. I I was reading the book Principles from Ray Dalio. In that book, he gives an example of he's like 29, 30. He just became like an investment banker or some kind of that thing, and he has a lot of money to deploy. And he's reading how U.S. is importing like some crazy number of bulls, let's say 50 million bulls. And 50 million bulls are coming to the US because US wants to get the production of meat and all that like to the whole another level. That information for him was worth, I don't know, $5 million, $10 million, $50 million, whatever, because he goes on and uses rational thinking. He's like, what bulls need to eat? They need wheat and they need corn and they need whatever, hay, right? But it's not important what bulls are eating. It's important that the stock of that is going up. And that's when you buy all the stocks from, like, let's say corn, like all of like the companies that are producing corn, you buy it for all of your money. You go all in. And then it goes up. So information is gold here. You have your money working for you, and you have information. And these two, if you combine these two, like if you learn how to manipulate taxes and debt, and you use your money to make as a store of value, so you're buying assets with your money that produce more money and more money, like you can experience like the Warren Buffett's curve, like this, you go exponential. Then you have the right information. It was, I believe, George Soros who shorted the British pound when they were going like Brexit, not like joining the UE. I don't know, EU, European Union. But regardless, the information was the key. So if you are learning about this, so you are watching videos, how who was like the rich dad, poor dad. He's talking about how to manipulate taxes and how to invest in gold and how he's buying gold mines, and you're spending your days watching this. That's not information. That's brain porn. You don't give a fuck about that. If you are here and you don't have 20 or 30 or $50 million cash on hand that you can invest tomorrow or do what he's suggesting, that's brain porn. You don't need that. So take a screenshot of this. This is super valuable. So most of the people, I'm guessing, watching this is going to be here. If you are here, if you are already in the marketplace, like if you're here, like this big business plan of mine, making $1 million a month, is actually about giving away a lot of stuff. I learned throughout the decade and some change online that in order to do extraordinary stuff, you need to help extraordinary number of people. You need to prevent the pain and help them overcome the obstacle that they are facing. Right now, there are amazing creators online, thousands and thousands of times better than I am. And they are facing a reality where they are having an audience, they're influencing a lot of people. A lot of people are watching their videos, but they have nothing to quote unquote sell them. It's not about selling them, it's about helping them even more. In order to do that, then that creator needs to step outside of his comfort zone. He needs to sit down. He needs to record courses. Then he needs to make sure that those courses are good. Then he needs make sure to fulfill those the promises that he's making. Then he needs to manage all that people. Then he needs a team. And then it like defeats the purpose of being a creator online. And you cannot really rely just on the ad revenue itself. So I created this as a part of giving it away to creators. Like creators can come and hop on a call and then chat about becoming the owner of the entire platform. Inside the platform, there are 18 premium courses being built right now. Acres of Personal Diamonds is already there. All of the other courses people who join and want to learn, they can co-create with me. The creators are actually my partners, so I'm there to serve them. We're sitting on the same side of the table. They can ask me for content ideas. They can ask me to script them something. They can ask me for my videos to recreate the courses, to add something they feel is necessary. So we are becoming partners. So overcoming the pain and the obstacle that creators are facing right now by giving them the 100% ownership of the entire platform to sell it to their people, and then let me manage them, let me take care of them, let me provide them with premium care and premium content and premium community, and like really lovely way to take care of people, and then reward them for being there, and then give them opportunity for them to become partners and all that kind of stuff. So in order to do a million a month, that's like $33,000 a day, which sounds like ludicrous. But dudes here are gonna laugh to you if you're saying you're making a million a month. They're making 100 million a month. So it's not really, it's just stepping outside of your current way of thinking and thinking like beyond the borders. So if you can afford to join the platform, you can join it for free. There is a way to join, for you to join for free. You absolutely cannot afford to buy. Then you can join the platform and learn. And if you want to become a partner, everything is on that page. And then the first video on that page explains like in crazy detail what you're going to learn inside the courses, what you're going to have taken out of that, and what you're going to be able to use in the real world to get the life that you're really after. So again, check that link. Take a screenshot of this. Focus. If you're here, focus on these. If you're here, focus on these. Let me make it a bit more beautiful for you. So let's do it like this, and then you can see it a little bit better. So this one is probably most important for a lot of people watching this video. Focus on this one. Focus on mastering a skill. Focus on providing value. Create a proof for your value. Either show that you can help them, charge at the end of the month, work a month for free, have a crazy risk reversal, or give a proof on social media. It's mostly done for you. Later down the road, it's going to be done with you. Then you start by removing all the crazy shit that you're doing. From then on, you're going to have a lot of newfound energy. Supplement that energy with great food and with exercise and with sleep. Focus on your sleep. One hack I used when I started in 2014 was, instead of having a wake-up alarm, have a bedtime alarm. Instead of having a wake-up alarm, have a bedtime alarm. That one is going to be a lifesaver. And then brute force it until this removal becomes a new normal, and then you're going to go from discipline to pleasure, and that's where this journey becomes a breeze, and when you are just coasting. And then whenever you're ready, you can go here. So thanks so much. See you in the next one.